그때 당시의 목표는 플레이오프만 가자였는데 이게 어떻게 여기까지 오게 된 것 같아요.
If someone said to someone, H2K are gonna be playing for a spot at the finals, I think you would be lunatic, maybe.
H2K도 저희 팀이랑 비슷하게 4강에 올라오기 힘들었을 팀이라고 생각 들었을 것 같아요. 근데 방심할 수 없는 팀인 것 같고, 그래서 준비를 많이 해야 될 것 같아요.
There is a reason that they are here instead of TSM or G2 or Flash Wolves. I think they're a really good team. And I think if we play our hearts out, we can possibly make history.
눈앞에 결승이 있다 보니까 결승까지 가고 싶어요.
H2K win. This is what is on the line. A shot at the Summoners Cup. A shot at the undoubtable strongest team League of Legends has ever seen in SKT. And one of these two will go up against them. It's the semi-final from Madison Square Garden. Samsung Galaxy taking on H2K.
And I'm glad to see MF again. We knew more teams have been playing it. So far, undefeated at Worlds. 100% win rate, 2-0. They're banned in 2 games as well in the semi-final. Oh, a lot of action here.
Okay, well, there we go. This is going to be problems. Ambition is low. Okay, H2, what was that? They've killed Ambition.
So Space Jack, bottom lane. Both teams did exactly the same. They wanted to send the junglers with the dual lanes down to that lane and hide in the bush. Problem was, Ambition was the guy who face-checked, and that's why he died.
The observers almost even weren't ready for this. We have to replay because it happened so early.
No, the ward got placed on him, and he ignored the ward and walked into the bush. He saw the ward being placed right.
Ghost is going to come up shortly. Samsung Galaxy, they're in trouble. The flash route from Banda. JJ's the target. Game over. Yankos gets a kill.
So smart. I love talking about these layers of mind games in the early game where you only have few trinket wards to rely upon. No flash. Oh, never mind. We got more action.
Ryu's in so much trouble. Pounce is flashed away from, but Ambition gets one back.
Summoners after and still died. And also Van had to flash in the bottom lane to set up that kill on MF. They didn't want to risk Italy showing up for Cunningham, and now Ryu has to stop.
Ryu's dead, no doubts about it. There we go. Number 1, you gave Crown Victor. Number 2, you stepped on his gravity field.
And shut the other way.
Yankos is still sticking around. Roots not going to find Core JJ. Now remember, longer this sticks around, the more Yankos is losing out on.
Ghost is coming up too.
Oh, Core JJ, insta-flash, another undertow. Yankos is looking for more. Vanguard's going low. The Unforgiven goes down, no summoner heal. They've traded 1 for 1. Yankos is looking for Ruler. Ruler's still got a flash available. Here comes Ambition. Sidestep for the Javelin toss. Undertow comes out. Ambition, he fancies this. Javelin toss, body blocked by Yankos. Boomerang tags on both directions. Yankos throws down the vicious strikes and reckless swing. Ambition's not done.
Yeah, the reason we start to see more people join. Here we go. Yankos though up top with the Raptor buff, by the way, so he knows there's no ward.
Flashes are available. Insta-stun. Cuvée not gonna survive. Not gonna chrono break. H2K get another.
And Cuvée is sitting with his Trinket Ward available, but he didn't place it. Wants to just clear one more wave and probably just go
Keep up in farm within Italy, and Ambition is 2 levels ahead of him now, but he did have a lot of early game proactive plays to get them some sort of advantage. Here goes Cuvée.
Chrono break and flash is available. Odo's already proto belted forward. Parallel convergence buys some time. Exhaust onto Cuvée. He's going to keep alive for a few seconds longer. There goes the flash. The dash. Not going to find the stun. And Odo gets the kill again at the cost of a dragon.
Yeah, guys. just behind the enemy blue buff, and that is the location probably for Odoamne, but it's a few seconds left on it only, so he has to go fast.
He has to go fast, and Ruler's going to look for Vander. Vander's caught between a rock and a hard place, and he's down. Here comes Jankos. He's throwing down the Righteous Glory, looking for Cloud. Traded 1-for-1. The Proto Belt forward. Forgiven's on the board. Montages dead. It's a 1-for-3.
The engage we spent so long setting up for this team with that cannon getting to the squishy backline.
Forgiven gets him. Ambition shuts down Forgiven, but now he's going to get poisoned to death. The undertow comes out. Jankos is looking for more. Shuts him down. 2-for-4.
Honestly, perfect timing for H2K. They knew Samsung were pushing for that mid tower. They knew it was just a matter of time before the engage happened, and Odoamne had just a few seconds left on that ward. He pulled the trigger. They managed to get the engage, and they get a tower as well.
The problem is they lost the top tower at the same time. They
Teleport on Odoamne. Everything will kind of slow down a little bit for H2K because it's hard for them to get a proper engage. It's kind of just Jankos popping everything and running at Samsung to start the fight. He's trying it right now.
To be fair, it's a lot.
For JJ, no flash available, can't get rooted by the gravity field. Forgiven gets the kill with the boomerang.
I guess that works.
Jankos gets another. The rest of Samsung are trying to group up, but they get themselves two.
Classic Deficio. Set him up. But H2K, they learned from the last.
They might actually start it. Vander isn't here. Cuba's bot lane with TP, so it is still very, very risky this early on. No one can be taken. Oh, yes.
The target is Ambition, looking to run him down. He's pounced away, gets out of range from the Noxious Blast. Odo, is he going to commit an ultimate to it? Yes, he will. That's two already used. They get themselves another kill. The crowd goes wild. Jankos still at 100%. Cube teleported for this. Why did you teleport for that? He chrono break back.
Straight onto the tower now.
Us all.
Oh, he's going to get a push on the turret for it, though.
But at what cost? Can H2K go for a Baron? They got to teleport. They've got to back away.
Yeah, they're too low. There's a Victor, there's an in and engage. So it's a good placement. They all obviously learned from the last ward placement here. But H2K have not really been able to completely take over the river. Whenever they set up a few pings, they then step back into mid lane. They lose one or two of them, like you see here, and then have to kind of reset. Jankos is trying to flank.
We'll find out if he can. Looking to run down Ambition and Ruler. Ruler's the target. Undertow throws down the Reckless Swing. Flash over from Ryu. He eats an Ash Arrow. But here comes Odoamne. He manages to get a kill onto Ruler. Goes golden with the Hourglass. Stranglethorns doesn't knock anybody out, but the gravity field does. Shutdown kill. Crowd takes down Odo. The rest of H2K back away, and Samsung, they trade 1-for-1, and they get a towel.
There's Italy Spears from Ambition. They can do a lot of damage right now. They want Cube to TP in there. He's coming now. Baron being started, going down fairly quickly from H2K side.
Samsung have to respond. Baron's still going low. Ambition connects. The flash over from Forgiven. They're looking for him. That's a kill. They've traded 1-for-1. Jankos running for his life. Ryu's cut down. And with Cube chasing, you're never going to outrun an Echo. Phase dive forward. Forgiven's getting chunked out. Time winder plus boomerang equals dead. Triple for Cube.
These are those intelligent late game decisions we talked about from
push, push, push. And then you join for a potential team fight. And we've seen it quite a few times now, both QA and Duke.
And that is a risky strategy, because that puts so much pressure on the four-man squad to disengage.
Montages is running for his life, throws down the bullet time. He's already chunked out. H2K invested quite a few things. Damage, Forgiven forced to flash away. Here comes Jankos. He can't flash over the wall. Very good gravity field. Cube has teleported up. He's looking for Forgiven. The damage isn't there though. Summoner heal was used. Cube's in trouble, still got a GA. Odoamne's already dead. He didn't even get down the slicing maelstrom. Crown gets his fifth of the game. Shuts down Ryu. Turns his attention to the Nexus turrets. And Samsung Galaxy are destroying H2K. Samsung Galaxy secure the win and continue their winning streak at Worlds.
And this game really shows why Samsung are the favorites in this matchup here, because they're good enough to match the early game of H2K, and once they get that advantage, get past the laning phase, we see this really safe, calculated Samsung play towards the late game. So many teams would have rushed Baron way earlier with double Mountain Drake saying we can just burn it down, and there could have been a ward for Odoamne to TP on. A big fight could have happened, and H2K had a way back in the...
We'll find out how well Cube can handle the Jace. Odoamne showed off during the quarterfinals. Yesterday, last game of the day, wasn't going to help out the Rocks Tigers. You guys at home, jump onto Twitter, let us know which plays you remember most using that hashtag World's Big Plays. We're loading up for game 2 as H2K are down 0-1 against Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, definitely excited to see how that top lane does turn out, because we've seen Jaces just take over the game.
Shield comes down, Ambition automatically exhausted. Boomerang Blade and Ricochet thrown out by Forgiven, but double summoners down in trade for 1. Jump up into the top lane. Jankos finds Cube. Odo throws down a great equalizer, turns the attention.
The king!
Blood Jankos, the king lives!
And the king can go in and steal.
Stronger team. When you play
No.
H2K,
Oh no, oh no, Ryu's in trouble. Here comes Ambition. Crown gets the kill. Jankos is running for his life. Crown's already flashed, so he can't chase further. But that's Samsung's first kill.
too slow and therefore he died, but this time around, just managed to defend himself and Ambition might be caught.
Yeah, he is. Ragnarok's not available. Will get rooted down. No, he runs away. The ghost's not going to be enough. Ryu flashes forward. But that's a...
So quickly so you can start scaling as well. You have a fairly weak mid game on this champion and now he's caught.
There's a flashless rise, a stunned rise. Crown gets the kill with the help of Ruler.
Roams from both bottom lanes. Here we go, top side though.
All right, Odo's now gonna get pressured down. The tower is the focus. Kuve's running out of mana. Tower's still alive. Taken down. Kuve kicked over the wall. They trade 1 for 1. Somehow Vander goes down as well. But tower first blood to H. Gonna be one of the late game insurance policies for this team. You take a glance down in the bottom lane. Forgiven is under a little bit of pressure. Ruler opens up with a curtain call. First shot goes wide. Core JJ's found. Jankos gets the kill. They turn their focus to Ambition. Odo's already teleported in. Equalizer not even needed. Summon a heal used. Finally at the end they throw it down. Maybe overkill. This should help the Dragon.
But exactly as we just talked about, H2K can put the focus on the bottom lane. Samsung, I'm not...
Not. Samsung realized this. Jankos has to get it. He does indeed. Tries to safeguard out. Not gonna happen. Crown gets the kill. Dragon for 1. Maybe worse.
Samsung slowly but surely working on them, and now down to Crown.
Cleanse, flash, Crown's running for his life. Support from Ruler in the river. Core JJ's come up, no Strangle Thorns to use. Jankos looks for him, doesn't get the 100-0 with the Dragon's Rage kick. And up in the top lane, Cube kills Odo.
Yeah, again,
Samsung allowed them to win game 1 handily, allowed Samsung to get an 8-game winning streak. And once again, that is where H2K have to prove they can go blow to blow with the 3rd seed from LCK.
H2K have been able to match Samsung when it comes to skirmishes and team fight. But they've not been able to match the overall map play, and Vander is getting caught out again. And every single time it's Ruler starting with that ulti, catching someone.
Yeah, the root came out from Core JJ. Forgiven's being dove in a tower. Strangle Thorns and Petrifying Gaze keep Ryu out of the fight. Up in the top lane, Odo's overheating once again. Cannot get that equalizer down. Cube's buying his time. Accelerated shot fast. Flash into the kill. Cube's now looking for more. Flash over the wall from Jankos. Kicks Cube backwards. Enlists the help of the tower. Round warp from Ryu as well. So it's 1 for 1, but it's going to lose another tower. And Samsung Galaxy going to extend this goal lead even further.
Well played by Samsung once again, catching out H2K. This is what we just talked about. Whenever H2K has to look for the play, Samsung seems to just be a step ahead on the map. Often starts with Ruler popping that ulti, and then they try and find the support, whoever is left alone, and they get a few kills from a nice dive as well on Forgiven after. And really Samsung just speeding up the game.
Definitely huge props to Ruler in his rookie year, making it to semifinals of Worlds, and he was already drawing bans on the Jhin. First game, not available to him. Second game, he's showing you why. Here we go though with Cube going for that turret dive.
Well, we talk about the champs, like how Jace can win this 1v1. Now he's far enough ahead, he can just dive on the tower as well. And what I'm the nose, I mean, if he stays around, he's gonna die. Excited for him. Stayed for just half a second too long.
The 2 players that we were looking to H2K to really step up and carry the game was Odo and Ryu. We kind of anticipated in order for them to win the series, those are the 2 guys that needed to carry. Ryu's had a tough time. Crown outclassing him. And Odo not having the greatest Rumble game. What a quick glimpse there of Jankos. Jumped onto Ambition, but no real damage follow-up. And the rest of H2K peel away. They will get this Ocean Drake that's actually not terrible against some of the poke that Samsung Galaxy can put down. And they'll get that cleanly as well.
I have to go back to look at where can Odoamne join a fight. Baron is actually being started by Samsung. Only 2 members. Now A third one joins. Everyone else from H2K are just around mid lane. They don't even realize this is happening.
They're too late to the party. Samsung Galaxy are going to secure it. Baron taken, 21.5 minutes.
That mid game from Samsung, able to, Ryu gets snared up again, another hit from Ruler, but trading over the Ocean Drake there with no vision on the Baron. You can see Samsung didn't hesitate at all. Ambition pops his Ragnarok ultimate on Olaf to further burn down that Baron even quicker, and now with a sub 22 minute Baron.
Samsung Galaxy looking likely to close out this second game in the semifinals. Looking likely to make it back to the final. I mean, the organization of Samsung owns a World Championship title. It was completely different players. They have had to rebuild and restructure. But over the last 2 years, they've progressively improved to this current form.
That's what makes it such an amazing story. These are not all-star Korean players. This is a group that Samsung pulled together. They finished 4th in summer in the most recent LCK split. And if we're handing out medals, we gotta hand one out to Crown as well, because he has been carrying a huge amount of their game.
He absolutely has, even more so when he's gifted those sorts of kills. Equalizer's decent from Odo, and all it's gonna do is slow down Samsung Galaxy. Flashes over the wall, that's a kill onto Crown. That's the shutdown goal, which could be so pivotal, but it's at the cost of a tower. Cuvee takes another up top. There's still 1.5 minutes of Baron buff, and Cuvee's not done. Last game he did it with Echo, this game he's doing it with Jace. He plays the map better than anybody else on the in the Rift.
Yeah, he's so annoying in that side lane. H2K can't really deal with him because he can never kill him 1v1 due to the picks, but also due to his very smart play, and he's really hard for him to catch. He doesn't really get caught out that often, other than we've seen a few ganks early on, but that's just well played by Jankos, camping that lane. And Samsung are fine seeing that top laner die because they always get a dragon or get a kill on the other side of the map. So they keep trading his life for something else.
As much work as Jankos has done and as hard as he has tried, just seems to be falling through the fingers here for H2K, as Samsung once again, a very, very solid hold on this map. Look at the very few wards here for H2K as they're trying to get back out onto the map to get some room to play with.
Yeah, and it's so hard for H2K draft-wise because they really want to get a winning 2v2 bot lane, but they just can't with the Caitlyn being banned away. And then they also get ganked by Ambition a few times, making it even harder because Jankos is spending time topside, while then Forgiven and Vander are left alone on the bottom side for most of the early game. And then Ryu losing mid lane. It just means the bottom side is controlled by Samsung. 2 games in a row now, basically. And it kind of stops H2K from playing the way they like to play, where every single lane is dominating and winning.
Look at that stat. 6,000 average gold power play. He's going to be the target of a curtain call. It's a little bit of a heal there as he's forced to run away. Ambition looking to jump in, so no real kill threat just yet. Jankos and Odo, they're going to go toe-to-toe. Cuvee gets the more about Montages, trades a kill. And it's 2-on-1. Even the best players will die. That's what Jankos proves.
I mean, Cuvee was solo killing Impact, now he's solo killing Odoamne. Now Ambition is actually under attack, but he's Olaf, should be able to walk away.
Cuvee hates Western top lanes. He's just killing all of them alone here, and being such a big... Cuvee wasn't always like a fantastic top lane. He had honestly a very rough road to this World Championship. You know, he joined the organization 2 years ago after the big Samsung White team split up, Samsung Blue as well. And he's been with them ever since, but he was not considered a good top laner last year at all. Gotten better and better, but not played at this level until now.
Oh, he hasn't. Crown's going to be able to get away for now. Flash forward. Jankos gets the kick. Crown gets a gigantic shield. Stranglethorn will hold Ryu in place. Flash over the wall from Cuvee. Looking for more, but he's eaten up 4 members of H2K. Almost gets the kill. Curtain Call might be able to clean up. Very good route from CoreJJ. Equalizer doesn't do enough to help out. It's a 2 for 2, and Ambition's looking for more. Ragnarok was used to get into the fight, but he can't get any more kills.
Good start there from him. They need to win this Baron fight here. Odoamne's keeping in behind them. Crown is sitting in the bush here.
Yeah, but Cuvee's coming in from behind H2K. Jankos is looking for more. The equalizer looks good. Look at the backline. Odo's going forward, but Ambition's running for more. They've traded 80 carry for support. It's not done yet. Cuvee's unforgiven. Cuvee's got forgiven. Vander's not going to be able to turn it back around. 3 members of H2K are down. Cuvee's going to look for those shock blasts. Goes back into the mercurial form. Not going to fire it out. It's a 1 for 3, and they don't get enough.
Valiant effort there from H2K. They do stop the Baron for now.
Early Samsung Galaxy are low. Ryu and Vanda, can they pull off a miracle? It's a 2v4. Vanda throws up the speed boost. Baron is helping out with some damage. No, will not be enough, and Samsung Galaxy secure.
Look at the damage from Jace on the turret.
Go in, pop your W, get a few hits super quickly down on the tower with your Baron buff, with your extra AD from these items here. And there's really nothing Odamne can do to defend. And now the base is open. We are looking for one insane fight.
Well, gonna need more than that if H2K want to win, but they'll need one to stop this push. Forgiven gets out of range of the curtain core. Guys are thrown down. They've got themselves a kill to core JJ. They found Ruler, but where's Crown and Cubase? Those are the two we gotta follow. Ryu's looking for Crown. They've managed to get one trade back. H2K have lost Odo. They've now lost Forgiven. It's all on Ryu. Ryu's going low. Defensive flash from Vanda, and Cubase untouched in the H2K base. They've got an inhibitor top. They've got an inhibitor middle. And the base is in shambles.
What an awesome ulti from Ryu, though. Completely surprised Samsung. He appeared behind Samsung here with multiple members from H2K and actually picked up a lot of kills.
And now the pressure is on for them to show that they can actually go toe-to-toe with Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah, and I think the best thing for H2K has been the meta. Like the change that happened after 6:15, removal of lane swaps, obviously. They're trying again in the bottom lane.
There's a lot of support for Samsung Galaxy. Jankos is looking for Core JJ, but he will not find him. He's grounded thanks to the poison. Crown's going to be able to pop the GA. Now Samsung are flanking Forgiven and the rest of H2K. Ambition throws down the Ragnarok. Doesn't have Ghost, but doesn't even need it. Ryu just gets dunked. The hammer comes down. Forgiven throws up the spell shield. Samsung Galaxy shields flying wide. Stranglefall's not even needed. 3 kills for Samsung. They're inside the base. H2K, they are getting destroyed. Flash away from Forgiven, and Core JJ is the only kill that H2K can secure. Samsung Galaxy are 1 win away from Staples and a shot at the World Championship title.
I feel like Game 2 reminds me a lot of Game 1, honestly, where Samsung are able to either trade whenever H2K is doing something or even beat H2K at certain parts of the early game, especially around the bottom side of the map and the mid lane, where Crown is just outplaying Ryu at the moment, and it gives Samsung enough gold early on to at least stay even. And then you get to that mid to late game where they are just so good and where they're much stronger than H2K as a team.
And the main hope for H2K so far has been Jankos. Jankos has definitely showed up here versus Samsung. He has been as much as you can ask from a jungler so far.
Sadly for him, Ambition is also here to play, able to kind of mirror what Jankos is doing all the time. And again, it really hurts H2K that the bot lane, due to
H2K have no room for error. Down 0-2, they need a reverse sweep. They need to find some ability that they've not shown yet this series.
And we need to see if they actually want to start playing around the bottom side. They have the champion who can gank. They can go against this Zyra especially, who can't really get away from these opportunities. And Odamne will be fine top lane on this Trundle.
And they're going to have to pull off that split push, you know, and have attention to detail, especially concerning the warding and the vision. Because as you said, the front line there from Samsung means their team fight is incredibly impressive.
Well, Madison Square Garden, you guys were getting loud during picks and bans. Let's crank it up a notch as Samsung Galaxy are 1 win away from Staples. 1 win away from the 2016 World Championship Final. There is a Fog of War stream over on Riot Games 2 as well, if anybody's at home watching. And Ryu may find himself a special present, as it looks like Ambition is coming in. He spots it out in the last second, actually throws down the Ghost. Let's get slowed down. 2 Brolaf axes catch him, but that's not the end of the world, because that's a pretty short cooldown.
Yeah, and Invade was so early, Samsung didn't place down any wards.
Oh, a little bit of damage there onto Vanda. Actually, a lot of damage.
Revenge from game 1, basically. Samsung getting a few good trades early on, but it's so early that you can still recall and return to lane. It just means you won't get any deeper wards placed, and actually opens up for Samsung to see if they can sneak in 1 ward at least on the red buff to try and spot the path from Jankos.
Well, you have to think H2K sniffed that one out.
Where's the wind speaker? He went Thunderlord.
It's on Karma,
What a tryhard.
where it belongs.
No misclicks this time round. And H2K gonna get their lane assignments, gonna have some vision. Ambition stood on top of a ward. We know Jankos is gonna get spotted.
And he's forced back. He will get his tier anyway, so he's not the worst to go back. But the wave is actually in a pretty annoying spot for him, because the wave is slowly but surely pushing towards Crown here.
All right, Odo is in trouble. Got a gigantic wave in front of him. He needs to survive this. The cost is too high. Pinned against the wall. First blood goes to Ambition.
It's possible early, because you know the lane they want to play around is your lane, so you want to be strong. JJ,
He's caught by the cocoon, sinking down. Damage comes out, and Vanda is able to root him with the W. First kill for H2K. They could set up a tower dive. Skill shots cannot afford to miss. Ruler is not going to dodge the cocoon. Exhaust comes out. Kill should be secured here by Forgiven. It's a trade! And Ruler gets one back in a 3v1.
And they're just playing super safe on bottom side, knowing that is where he's aiming, where he's going.
Oh, so much damage onto Ryu. And now all of a sudden, here comes Ambition. Early flash comes out. Jankos, even though he connected the cocoon, the Ragnarok was up. That's a kill for Samsung Galaxy. Crown and Ambition running for their... They're going to lose tower first blood in the top lane. It looks like that will go down shortly. Jankos is trying to set up for a play in the bottom. Realm Warp is coming as well. Jankos has gone a little bit early. Stranglethorns has already gone up. Jankos in trouble. True Shot Barrage not available, but not even needed. It's JJ that gets the kill. Ryu is going to donate another, this time to Ruler. And the tower's not even traded. 2 kills, tower first blood. It's a 4,000 gold lead.
Oh, and they're not done either. They can take control of the dragon area. Odo under fire.
Oh, Odo teleported in for this one, and Crowd's gonna run him down. Chaos Storm.
Even if you get outscaled, it doesn't matter now. You're going to keep this even, and if you do lose, the rest of your team is going to win.
All right, well, Odo's trading fairly well, actually. Stood on top that frozen earth of his, throws down the ultimate to subjugate. May actually be able to get a kill here. Cube still alive, throws down the Keeper's Verdict. That gets rid of Odo. Now he's fighting Vanda. Will finally go down to Ryu, but the rest of Samsung Galaxy have moved up. So H2K, they get themselves a kill, but I mean, that took, what, 35 seconds to take him down?
But now you have to try and then look for a play in the mid lane if you are H2K, because you're 4v5.
They're gonna look for a play in the jungle. Ambition's got no rack.
Ryu playmaker.
Let's find out. Throws up the overload. Will get rooted down in place and then locked down and then knocked up. Not gonna find the kill. The plant blocked the overload. And behind Samsung Galaxy, Vanda forced to run away while the pressure's in the top lane. Cube's opening up yet another tower. That's the 7th of the game falling in the bottom lane. Ryu's chunk low. Gravity Field comes out. Jankos is locked down in place. Stranglethorns not going to knock him up because he's already dead. The inhibitor's the focus. H2K have got no reply, have got no answer, and it feels like they've got no chance. H2K now 4v5 have to defend. Ruler's going to get knocked aside the Pillar of Ice, but look at this. Every single lane is under pressure. Ruler's going to sidestep away. Finally goes down. Ryu gets a kill, but it doesn't feel like it matters. The inhibitor's now the focus. The rest of Samsung realize they've got to back away ever so slightly unless they can get some CC. Ambitions on the front line with Ragnarok available. Ryu still with Realm Blast inhibitors are the focus as Odo is trying to dance with Cube, but he simply hasn't got the feet to handle it. Odo goes down. The inhibitor follows as well. Samsung will take another immediately after, and there's supers pouring in from the top lane. It's 25 minutes into game time, and Samsung Galaxy are setting their sights on the Nexus turrets. Wave clear from Forgiven is going to be put into question. Stranglethorns buys some time. Jankos looks to at least get a kill back. This might slow things down, but it's at the cost of Ryu's life. H2K are running for their lives. Forgiven's trying to do what he can, but Ruler and Ambition trying to put the damage down and flash away defensively. The Nexus turret is falling under pressure. Cube left untouched. H2K, they cannot leave their fountain. H2K, they will be going home. And there's nothing that they can do. A 3-0 sweep of Europe's H2K will send Samsung Galaxy to the World Final.
And we just gotta take the hat off for Samsung here. I mean, they were far and away the best team today. I think especially we should look at game 1 and game 2, where H2K tried their best, but Samsung were able to match them early on and then, of course, beat them in the mid to late game. Last game here is where you just try something. You're desperate. You go for every single play you can. backfires very early, and then the game snowballs out of control.
Definitely agree. And there were moments where H2K were able to pull out some big plays. Jankos in the jungle early had a lot of moments where he shined through. They were able to have a couple of collapses there. But honestly, what this does mainly is build up that story for Samsung headed towards SKT. Definitely the underdogs, but really where is their peak? After only dropping a single game in this tournament, they've been just rising and rising and rising.
I'm going to go back to the question you asked about 10 minutes ago, Kobe. What is the power level of Samsung Galaxy? Where are they truly? Madison Square Garden, Samsung Galaxy advanced to the World Final to face off against SK Telecom T1. Individually, it feels like every single member of this team has provided phenomenal performances throughout the majority of the group stage.
Yeah, and I think after a lot of people saw week 2 and how Samsung, even Rock.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face. Tell me that you love me,